Seimas.
And Andrew Matheson for double coverage, our Week 5 recap.
Yes, it is.
I always have to remember. I'm losing track of my old age and in the season so far.
I know he's not seeming like a smart guy right now, but this guy is very intelligent. He stayed in the warm office on Saturday night so he could send me out into the freezing cold.
Yeah.
I'm wearing 4 pairs of underwear and 6 shirts. 1, 2, 3. There's a wife beater under there. Very intelligent pick by you.
Thank you.
To stay inside.
Yeah, I actually did want to go to that game, and I figured...
warmth.
Well, you took off last Saturday, and then you get to come back and cover the game. But then again, it was cold out. So
It was cold.
to hell with you. Whatever.
All right.
Yeah, let's get right into it. There's our recap show. We're going to break down 3 games. Like you said, I was in the office tonight.
Yeah.
But there was no other game to go to because Cabrillo was on the road. But
All right.
let's start right in Friday night.
Friday Night Lights.
Aptos.
Putting up the scoreboard.
Again.
60-23 over Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
You know a stat about that number 60 by chance?
Tell us one, Jim.
No, you know one.
Sure.
Okay. Second straight week, the Mariners have scored 60-plus points. Third time this season, they've eclipsed the 50-point mark.
I think they could do better.
Yeah. If you don't score 120 at some point this season, you're capable. Play like it.
Yeah.
Even with running clocks in the fourth quarter.
I mean, they're very much the Oregon Ducks of the SEC.
Oh, my God.
What? I had to.
Such a proud alum.
Seriously.
You know, they remind me of the 2012 San Jose State Spartans.
What?
Really. All right. So
they put up points and they
They
run
do.
a fast offense.
You know what? It's just,
that was my metaphor. That's all.
we are a broken record every week when it comes to Aptos offense.
Yes.
13 ball carriers by the halftime, 16 by the end of the game, 500 yards rushing, 5 different guys scored,
Yeah.
6 touchdowns, 6
Yeah.
rushing. I mean, like,
Kind of boring.
yeah. But Alex Joe threw for a touchdown pass to Brooks Nicholson. Brooks Nicholson also had a safety, tackle in the end zone. And Dalton Weitzel. Either way, he's the man because he had 2 picks and included a pick 6 for 53 yards. It was everything.
That's pretty good.
Perfect game. But you
And
know
I
what?
think he's leading one of the leaders in interceptions in the area. So
Yeah.
good for him.
He is a stud, real ball hawk.
Good.
The thing about Santa Cruz, I think, can hang its hat on a lot of things. They had 300 yards of offense.
Okay.
That's pretty awesome. 290.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, they did that with Ashton Davis on the
Without Ashton
sideline.
Davis, what happened with him?
He had back spasms, so he didn't
Okay.
play the second half. So Fenley played his first varsity game last year against Aptos, struggled. He went 10-23 for 150 yards. Did throw a pair of picks, but the guy's progressing still.
Yeah.
That whole team is still getting better, and it's tough to tell when you lose 60-23. But
And last week
they
focused
just didn't tackle.
Last week they focused on the pass because they couldn't run.
Yes.
This week it was a little bit, even without Ashton Davis in the lineup, they still were able to move the ball.
Dale Stoller busted off a 70-yard touchdown run, showcasing his speed. Alex Morris had a great effort. I can't remember which play it was, but he just busted a big one. It was on. I think it was on kickoff return. He had a 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
Okay.
So they were. It was like a track meet. I didn't see the baton. It was the football. Anyway, they're awesome.
That's 2 in a row for for Aptos. They are on a bye next week, and then they're going to be facing
The Falcons.
the Brazilian goalie.
Yes.
They're going to be facing Scotts Valley, number 1 versus number 2 in our power poll.
Yeah.
So should be good.
Nice.
Next on the hoppa is Haba.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice transition.
Dumb.
Oh, no,
All
it's
right.
not.
Anyway, Harbor 21-0 victors over San Lorenzo Valley.
The score heard round the county.
Sure. Harbor snapping a 5-game losing streak to start this season, a 9-game losing streak dating back to last season, and a
Just give me the history. When's the last time that Harbor beat them?
1994.
Wow.
Otherwise, aside from a tie in 1996, it's been all SLV since until Friday night, 21-0.
Under
Haba.
the gas fumes and the lights. How was
Yes, it was Friday Night Lights,
Yeah.
otherwise known as Friday Night Low Rumbles or Friday Night Gas Fumes.
it? Yeah. And Harbor was working it through the smoke.
Yeah, but maybe that got them up. I don't know. It was homecoming night, and it wasn't the prettiest game by any means. There was a lot of penalties, and it was 7-0 up Harbor up until early in the fourth quarter. But 2 things stood out for me. At SLV, they had 11 penalties, which isn't a terrible amount. I've seen a lot more.
Just the timeliness, huh?
Yeah, it was just costly. It was, first and 10s and first and 15s. They also had 2 costly penalties that extended Harbor drives. and which later Harbor scored into touchdowns, and also voided. One was on a punt return, and it voided a 93-yard punt return by Chell Johnson. So that, the penalties, and Harbor's ability defensively to sniff out the fly sweep, they couldn't. SLV couldn't move the ball for much parts of yardage against Harbor when they did the fly sweep. They just
SLV had got his starting quarterback back, right?
SLV?
Yes.
Yeah, Isaac Newberry.
Because Harbor passes. I mean, SLV can pass too. What happened? I mean, if you can't run with Shell, were they not passing?
Yeah, no, I mean, Isaac Newberry came in. They couldn't do anything in the first half. And Isaac Newberry came in. He was out last week with an injury. He didn't start the game. Patrick Primo did, but he came in the second quarter, down 7-0 at halftime. They did move the ball in that second half. Newberry, passed for 119 yards in the second half. Okay. But they would get to the 24 of Harbor. They'd get to the 31 and just turn it over on downs. They couldn't get anything going. I think it just kind of spiraled up a little bit, and they couldn't battle back.
I saw your tout on the celebration. Great way to catch the action, but it cuts out after 45 seconds. Did they tear down the goalposts?
They did not. I think they went to the homecoming dance and partied it up.
Nice.
Though. Yeah.
Congrats to you, Harbor.
Congrats to Harbor. Yeah, big win. Our third and final game of the week. We only saw 3. I was stuck in the office, like we said.
Yes.
Not bitter.
Yeah.
He was bitterly cold.
You saw this the best game ever.
Nighttime is the right time.
Yeah.
SoCal playing St. Francis, Independent St. Francis, a non-league game, even though it was a league game last year.
Yes.
Tell us about it. Big winners for the Knights.
SoCal. St. Francis hung with them.
Sure.
SoCal won 35-19. St. Francis trailed 14-13 at the half. They had a PAT blocked.
Yeah.
Shining for St. Francis Sharks first. Garrett Salcido, as has been the case every week. He had 3 touchdowns, 9 catches for 108 yards.
Okay.
Sandro had mixed results. He finished 14-23 for 155 yards.
First name Nick.
Yes. Yeah, also on the baseball team. Superstar quarterback. Had a couple interceptions early. That was the thing. SoCal did what it did. SoCal's Aptos.
Though.
SoCal isn't Aptos, but SoCal runs the ball with great efficiency.
Yeah. 14-13. That's...
Yeah.
And 35-19. That's a lot closer than I think we were expecting.
Yeah.
SoCal is probably the best team. They'll arguably the best team they'll face all season.
Yes.
And they held their own.
It was impressive on that count. That's what stood out most. But SoCal is getting ready for a big game next week against Scotts Valley.
Sure.
Obviously, the number 1 team in our power poll. Ryan Canavan did great. He runs for 90 yards on 10 carries, a couple scores. But
the Canavan can?
Yeah, the Fisher King returned.
The Fisher King.
Yeah, 2.5 games. Excuse me, Daniel Fisher, just so those of you who don't know us like him like we do.
You're up on our nicknames that we give people.
Yeah, Fisher King. Clearly Daniel Fisher. Stick with it. Come on, we're in week 5. He came in and played in the second half and scored a pair of touchdowns. Just extremely excited.
And he's been injured.
Yeah,
the past week.
Yeah,
week,
2.5?
Yeah.
I said, what was wrong with you? Was it concussion? Concussion, spine stuff, spine. Like, that sounds, just some sort of spine stuff,
Spine stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty important,
just
buddy.
Lump it in with the rest. Yeah, just spine
paralyzed
stuff.
now.
Yeah.
Anyway, he looked great. Emilio Eckelbarger.
There you go. Number 3?
Number 3, third straight week.
3rd touchdown. All right.
Catchy. Epidemic.
E squared.
Yeah.
We have more nicknames for SoCal. I don't know why.
Yeah, they must hate us for that. They call us names too.
Sure, I'm sure they do.
Chump. Hey, chump. Anyway, it was also SoCal in the second half. They pulled away.
Yeah.
Celsius had a touchdown reception with 8 seconds left to make the score close. But I was impressed with St. Francis for hanging close and impressed with SoCal for doing what they do.
We mentioned Aptos, of course, having a week off to prepare for Scotts Valley.
Yeah.
Scotts Valley's got a pretty good little test before they face Aptos and SoCal. So, what we were thinking, maybe 2 and 3 in the league, possibly.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Hey, but we've been so wrong all year.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, Scotts Valley's the number 1 team. Aptos, we have never said SoCal's the number 1 team. Hey, you know what? There might be a stunner here or there.
Who knows?
Just saying. That's a wrap.
Well, yep. 3 games in the books. We only cover the games that we actually covered and saw, because otherwise we're just listing numbers. But 1 game of note, Scotts Valley beating Vacaville Christian on Friday night. Willie Johnston.
Two shoes.
Johnston. 6 touchdowns. 3 rushing. 2 interception returns. 1 receiving.
God, you're such a Falcons lover. You love them so much.
And he had more than 112. He had about 112 yards rushing. So kudos to him. But that does it. We'll break down some previews, of course. More Scotts Valley next week.
You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, everything. We have an app, which isn't pulling up right now, but it works fine. But for all our complete coverage,
it's right there.
Check us out on SantaCruzSentinel.com. //
Oh my God, we've been doing it wrong.
We got clowned so hard by that guy. Such a passive-aggressive man.
We got a real nasty email.
Yeah. Hey man, it's //
Turns out he was right. We've been saying backslash, which is incorrect.
Way to be right, jerk. I mean, nice reader. Thank you so much. / what, buddy?
Football. Oh, I'm so good.
You are good. You're amazing. Cut!
No,
oh.
Keep going.
Oh, you said that was stupid.
We only got so much film.
Okay.